today. My name is Mawadda, and you already know from the thumbnail that we're going to make Rick from Rick and Morty, so let's begin. So right here I tried to draw Rick, which is not really my thing, but I tried anyway to have a reference of my own to the character of Rick. My first attempt wasn't really working so well, so I changed it and I liked the second attempt. So for those who didn't watch Rick and Morty, it's a series where Grandpa Rick takes his grandson Morty in many adventures, which some of them are in space and the other are in parallel dimensions. So it's really interesting. If you're above 18, I recommend it for you to watch it. I wanted to make Rick because Rick and Morty was one of the first series that gathered both me and my partner, and also because of its weird topics. And to be honest, I love weird things. So I tried to use a reference to make him as close as possible to the actual character when I transform him into a doll. So I drew pretty much everything like the reference I used here, but maybe I was looking at the camera instead. For this project, I will work in a very small scale. It's going to be in 18 centimeters at the end, and the drawing I drew here is 15 centimeters, so the difference is not going to be very much. Right now, I started with his shoes using black yarn. The yarn I have used on this whole video is Alize Forever. And I was working with a 1.2mm hook. I worked 5 chains, started from the second chain of the hook, and then worked in single crochets. If you want more detailed patterns, write me down in the comments below, and I will make it in a separate video. Now after making the shoes, I will make the second shoe so that I have 2 for both his legs. Then I'll stuff it with some fiber threading, just the right amount to be firm enough. Now for the socks, I will use a white yarn and work in spiral for only 2 rounds. And then change to the color brown, which is going to be his pants. So in the series, Rick almost never changes his clothes, so I believe that's why I chose to make it this way. I mean, no one wants to know what his body looks like without any clothes, am I right? So write me down in the comments to let me know what's your favorite episode of Rick and Morty. My favorite episode was in the first season, episode 9. Its name is Something Rick This Way Comes. My favorite part is when Rick and Summer get all puffed up and go beat up the devil. And after that, they go beat haters, molesters, and Nazis. Weirdly enough, this portion of the episode can actually be at one of the trailers for Justice League. In scene where Batman was talking to the Flash, Rick and Morty was playing at one of the monitors of the background, and just happens to be this scene. Yeah guys, check it out for yourself. How cool is that? Now as you can see, I started in the torso of his body with the blue color, just to make it look like the iconic shirt. But Rick never changes. That might be actually one of the things I like about him, because I love the color blue. Now after making the body, and just before making his hands, I wanted to support him from the inside with wires, just so that it can be standing and firm enough. Now to the hands. First of all, for the hands, you will be using skin color, very thin wire, and white glue. You will need gloves for this point, but I'm out of gloves, so don't do like me. Do as I say, not as I do. So as you can see here, I made the fingers individually and then glued them together to make the hand. And that's how it looks after it dried. Then I wrapped it in yarn for enhancement. And bent the fingers of one hand in order to be able to hold the portal gun. Then made the arm, chain 6, and close the circle, then work in spiral. I then attached them to the body and made the head. I don't have any footage of it, but here are some photos in the process. After finishing the head, I just cut the yarn. And now for the best part. And what really made him look like himself? Yes, you guessed it. The hair. For the hair I used an acrylic yarn and a pet brush to soften up the hair, which really going to make a difference. To be honest, this is not the first time to make Rick. I made it last year and it looked like this. But I wasn't really a fan of his hair. It felt off. Maybe because I wasn't really focusing so much back then. So I decided to give it my all this time. And it worked. For me, that was actually satisfying. Just to know that I'm improving at the things I love. Can you see the difference? So after I made the hair like so, I made the coat. I was intimidated by it at first, but after trying it for the first time, it fit him like a glove. Now it's time for the portal gun. For the portal gun, I'll be using thin cardboard. It's from Cheesebox. Don't worry, I washed it with soap and water first. So first I made the handle, and then the gun itself, which looks like a very tiny box at this moment. The portal gun was one of the most things I really enjoyed making. It was very tiny and made me feel like I'm gigantic. But I really love how it turned out at the end, and how similar it is to what I have drawn in the beginning. It's just amazing. Right now, it's time for the face. I started with his ears, just to navigate where everything's going to be. After that, I tried several attempts for the eyes. I made it first with crochet, then I tried it with fabric, and I liked the fabric more. So here is that. At the end, I really liked how it turned out, and how improved I was from last year. I would like to hear your opinions too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in next videos. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I will leave you with some photos. Bye bye!